Welcome back to the video series of Object Oriented Programming with Java. Our today's topic for this particular video, that is Java programming using JavaFX Event Handlers. So I will show you or even run the different JavaFX event handling program. I am an instructor, Mr. Ankit Patel. So let's start the program. Now in this session I will show you a different program for JavaFX event handling. So how to handle the event in the JavaFX, that I will show you in this particular video with the different programming. So let's discuss the first program, that is write a program of JavaFX to change the text of the JavaFX label when the button is clicked. So what we need to do, we are just creating a single label as well as the button. When you click on the button, the text of the label will be changed. That we need to perform in this particular program. So for that, as I already discussed the structure of the JavaFX, so we need to import one package, that is a JavaFX application.application, as well as JavaFX scene.scene and JavaFX stage.stage. So these three are the most important package for all the JavaFX program. Now for display the control, different UI control, we require another package, that is a scene.control.star. Why I am putting dot star? Because here we require a label as well as button. And the last but not the least, that is a layout. In a layout you are just using the hbox layout to print the different component in specific manner. Now this is a specifically program for event handling, so that the important class for the event handling, that is the event package is there, and we are using a different class of that particular event. So now so here you can see that a different component I have used. The first component, that is a label, and second one, that is a button. These two component I have created. Label name is a not click, and button is equals to new button and click, the name of the button. Now the main code for event handling is a simple, that is a 2-line, and here I am using a lambda expression. That's why the code is number of line of this particular program code is lesser than the, if you are not using the lambda expression. So here you can see I am using a lambda expression. If your button dot set on action, if you click on the button, that event is entered. The method for that, that is a set on action. So if you click on that particular button, then what we need to do, we need to just change the text of the label. That's why I am writing a label dot set text. That is I am just passing, that is a click. After that I am using a hbox, that is a simply, first of all I am printing a button, then the label is there, and one scene is there, and finally I am set that particular scene and primary state dot show. So these last three lines are the same for all the programs, right? And finally we are just launch the particular method using the launch method. So let's run this particular program so you can easily understand our program name. It is a Java. See demo1.java. There is no error. Let's run it, Java demo 1. So if you run this particular program, you can see here one button as well as label is there. If you click on that particular button, the text, that is a not click, will be changed. You can see here, when I am click that particular button, you can see the text will be changed, right? So this is our program of the event handling. When you click on the button, the text of the JavaFX label will be changed. So hope you understand this particular code. Now next program, that is write a program that display the color of the rectangle as a red, and when the mouse button is pressed on that, that means if you are click on the rectangle, the rectangle background color will be changed with the red color, right? So here once again, this is not a program for the button. We are not using any button. When you click on the button, then the rectangle is, this is a program for mouse. When your mouse cursor is there, if you are just press on the mouse button on the rectangle, that will be changed. So first of all we need to print the rectangle, and for rectangle we are not using a layout, we are using a group. Why we are using a group and what is the difference between group and layout, that I have already discussed in my theoretical session of the JavaFX. So first of all the application package is there, then scene package is there, and as well as stage package is there. Group, why we are using group? Because we are just passing the coordinate x and y coordinate. According to the coordinate we are just printing the rectangle in that particular manner. After that I am just using the color, so that the paint scene.paint.color class is there. Then I am using a scene.input mouse event. Here I am using a not event, as well as I am using event, but here the mouse event is there. That's why we need to import one important package, that is a scene.input package, and in that particular package I am using a mouse event class. Then next one, that is a event package is there. So now let's discuss the program. So this is again the code for the simple rectangle. I am just printing the rectangle, and color dot transparent. I am just printing the rectangle as a transparent, right. Set stroke, I am stroking the rectangle, stroke the border of the rectangle with the color that is equals to blue. And finally I am adding this rectangle into this group. So you can directly just write down like this, just create the group, and in group constructor just write down the name of the rectangle if you don't want to use this add children method. Then the scene background color is I am using a color dot gray, and simply. Now when you click on the rectangle, then we are using just passing the object of the rectangle rect dot add event handler, right. Then mouse event dot mouse press, that is our argument, and finally I am using a lambda expression event dot rect dot set fill color dot red. So this is the line for the, this is the line for when you are click on the mouse, when you press the mouse, then the color of the rectangle will be changed with the red. I will show you first of all output, then you can easily understand. That is our program java demo2.java, and finally demo java demo2. You can see one rectangle is print, background color is gray color is there, right. Background color is gray, and if you are click on the rectangle, the color of the rectangle will be changed, right. Once again I will show you the output. This is the program. If you click on that, the color of the rectangle will be changed. So hope you understand this particular code for when you press on it. This is not a code for the button. I am not printing any button. I am using with the mouse press, mouse release, right. If you want to handle this type of event, you can use a simple code. Just write down the object name in which you are want to just use that event. After that just use the add event handler method, and mouse event dot mouse press, mouse release is there, right, and event. Then I am using a lambda expression. Then what you want to perform, just write down in the curly braces. So hope you understand this particular program now. And the next program, this is again for using the mouse. I am just pressing the mouse and releasing the mouse, both the event I will perform in this particular program. Let's understand what is the program. That is a write a program that display the color of the circle as a red. So we need to just print the circle as a red color, and when the mouse button is pressed, so what is the requirement? When the mouse button is pressed, the color of the rectangle will be red, and as a blue when the mouse button is released. So here the simple circle will be print. When you click on that particular button, the color will be changed with the red color. When you release the mouse, it will with the blue color. So once again, if you are click that particular, that I have already discussed in the rectangle, but when you release, so for that the mouse release is there. So I will show you first of all what are the different, the classes and the packages are the same as a rectangle program. All the packages and the classes are required, all are the same, as the color class is there, event class is there, mouse event is there, and we are using a shape as a circle, not rectangle. So in place of rectangle I am using a circle, and then the event package is there. Finally, I am using a group class. In a group class, and one circle is there, using a set x, set y and set radius. I am using the method over here. You can just print the circle accordingly. Now after that, I am using these two lines for handling the event. So what it tells, if you C1 is our circle add event handler mouse event dot mouse press. When you click on that particular circle, then color will be red. When you click that circle, the color will be red, and when you release the mouse, when you release the mouse key, then the color will be blue. So once again, this code is similar to the last program, and finally I am adding this circle object in a child. As I told you earlier that you can directly pass C1 in a constructor of the group also. But here in this particular program I am using a method that is a add all, not add all method, because this is a single method is that is a add. And finally one scene is there, and color, background color of the scene is gray, and finally I am setting the scene. So let's run this code again. This is a Java demo 3.java. and Java demo 3. So you can see one black circle is displayed because I am not setting any border of the color circle as well as the color of the circle. The default color of the circle is black, so that it will print it. But when you click on the circle, you can see the circle will be printed as a red color, and when you release the spray your mouse, it will be in a blue. So you click red, release blue, click red, release blue. So hope you understand this particular code as well as that I have explained all the program. So this is actually this is a program for the when you click on the mouse with the mouse or release the mouse, what will happen. If you want to perform anything else, you can easily just make that type of program using the JavaFX event handling, right? So hope you understand all these three programs that I have explained in this particular video. So this is the end of the programming. So thank you very much. If you have any doubt, you can feel free to ask me. Thank you very much.